So something struck me this morning, which is the fact that I remember that this same day 3 years ago was my first day at my first job after school. And it kind of took me back memory lane. I remembered how I felt that day, how I felt the week after it, the mistakes I made, the ones I handled well. I gave myself a thumbs up on that part, and things I found so confusing at that time that are a lot clearer to me right now. And it just kind of inspired me to do this video to help millennials out there that just got out of school, or you're still scouting for a job, or you just got your first job, or you're going to be done with school like this year or next year. This video is going to be very helpful for you to survive at your first job. So stay tuned. Our first job after school is like a dive into the unknown. But that doesn't mean we have to go into it completely blind though. And that is something that I never knew during my time. But I'll tell you something. Get ready to feel like a freshman again. So firstly, if you're still scouting for a job, I would advise you to look out for somebody more experienced career-wise to help you carefully construct your CV. But if you want to do it yourself, be sure to include things that you accomplished during school outside of the classroom, like did you have an internship? Did you have a part-time job while you were schooling? Or maybe you were the leader of a campus organization. Just anything at all that you can leverage to show that you have gained some discipline and leadership skills will definitely give you an edge over the competition. First of all, you over there, please subscribe to my channel. So freshmen, the first thing I would advise you to have in your first job that will help you excel in your first job is the willingness to embrace variety. Not only are they going to throw tasks that may seem really trivial to you at this point, but the task may not even be relevant to your field of study at all. And this can be quite challenging and confusing at the same time. But at this stage of your career, I would tell you to love it, live it, and breathe those tasks. Show your office people that you've gone through wars and you didn't die, you survived it. And this one is not gonna kill you. Okay, stop. So basically, you need to embrace those diverse tasks because you're at a discovery stage in your life, and you would pass that stage faster if you're willing to embrace variety of tasks. Because what that does to you is variety helps you to discover talents and skills about yourself that you have inside of you, but you don't even know it's existing. So it's gonna help you discover those things. Like, I hated math so bad when I was younger. I don't even want to add anything. Like, if it comes to calculation, I can literally almost leave the money for you because I don't want to calculate anything. And when I got to my first job, they gave me a task that had to do with a lot of calculations. And at first I was really bothered, but I decided to just face it heads on. And guess what? Right now, I'm almost like a walking calculator. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Like, I literally had it in me. In short, my brother was like, wait, what's up with you, man? With the additions, you're like so good at maths right now. What happened? Work happened, I guess. So yeah, be willing to embrace those variety. Don't just embrace it, but kill it. The second one is attitude is your staying power. Now, nobody's gonna tell you this one. That is why I'm here to tell you this. Attitude is so important. You know, unlike while we're in school, all that matters is that you get your job done and done very well. The workforce is a different ball game entirely. Like, it's not just that you get your job done and done very well, but how do you do your job? Do you roll your eyes when you're given an undesirable task? Do you pay attention in meetings, or you're always zoned off? Or are you always like using your phones during meetings? How do you take corrections? How do you relate with other people in your office? Like, all of those things are very critical. In short, with my experience in the HR field, we have a slogan that we say, the person with the right attitude can always acquire the skill. But attitude is not something that you just learn. It's a work that you do on yourself, by yourself. So it's something you need to do for yourself. Nobody's gonna do it for you. Somebody like me, I came out of school with this whole entitlement mentality, wanting to do things in my own timing kind of attitude. Thank God for my mentor that was always screaming down this big head of mine. If not for that lady, I think I would have lost my job after like 3 months. So I would give this credit to my mentor. I'm not going to give it to myself, because I would have done a horrible job. I think my attitude would have given me away in so many areas. And if you don't have a mentor yet, be sure to check out my video right here on how to pick the right mentor for you. This doesn't mean that you cannot challenge your boss on certain issues. Of course not. If you feel that you're being treated unfairly, or you want a change in scenery, then you need to speak up for yourself. Get your points together and have a detailed argument. I repeat, a detailed argument. I mean, any good boss should be able to appreciate an employee who is willing to speak up for themselves when they have a legitimate complaint. Right? Bosses, right? Am I right? Okay, whatever. Let's head to number 3. It's no longer about you, baby. It's no longer about you, baby. The third one is that it's no longer about just you, baby. Yeah, I know. That's so sad. Because some days I wake up and I just don't feel like going to work. I just kind of want to be in my room and just pretend like I'm still in college and stuff like that, and just watch TV and have a lazy day and stuff like that. But I can't do that. While growing up, we got used to like how our choices actually affect our life. But now, once you join a company, it goes way beyond just you. The choices you make will not just affect you, but can affect everybody in your team, the whole department, or even run across the whole company. So you have to be conscious of the choices that you make. A very good example of this is like sick days. I get a lot of my friends get their first job and they just take sick days. Like, your boyfriend didn't call you last night and you wake up sad and you just take a sick day. No, don't do that. Because once you keep doing that, you become so unreliable. The company deems you unreliable. You have to put a lot of things into consideration, like who's going to do your job for that day that you don't come in. Will they have to get outsource a staff, an external person to come do your job? Will they have to push your task to somebody else? So someone has to do double task for that day because you did not make it to work. I'm not saying you cannot take sick days. Of course, sick days are there for you to take when you're actually ill. But try not to make so much decisions out of emotional aspect instead of something legitimate. Just try not to make a lot of decisions based on emotions. So I think this is the 3 that I have. I wasn't so bad at embracing variety because I was raised with that whole mentality. But thank God for my mentor when it comes to attitude. Is just staying power. Like, she was the one that actually drilled that into my head. If not, I would have made a lot of mistakes. And for the third one, that it's no longer about you, I think I was so ambitious to just climb my career ladder that I always took my work so serious. So I didn't have any issues on that side. So I think this is the basic 3 that would help you. If I comment your thought down below or questions that you want to ask, and I'll try my possible best to answer as much as I can. I'm no longer in the first job I got after school. I'm in a different company now. But I know the amount of deals and contracts I've gotten from my former bosses and my colleagues from my past company. That is why it's very good that your first job after school, you try to put in your best there. It's going to pay back in the future, like in places where you find yourself. So whatever is worth doing in life is worth doing well. Stay subscribed to this channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on next week's topic, which is office politics and how to use it to achieve your goal. So bye. See you all. I love my nerves.